There is a cautious calm in rebel-controlled southern Idlib and northern Hama. Russian and Syrian warplanes have been repeatedly targeting towns like Marat Noman for the past 3 months. A ceasefire that came into effect on Friday night has brought some respite for people living in that corner of northwest Syria who have lost so much.
After all that happened, isn't it too late for a ceasefire? People have been displaced, killed, their homes destroyed, but they are still scared to return to their homes.
More than 400,000 Syrians have been displaced. At least 800 civilians were killed, their names documented by war monitors. Among the casualties, 216 children. But the Syrian government and its allies failed to recapture ground from the opposition.
The Russians, with all their power, were not able to make any gains. Along with the Syrian regime, they lost a lot of men. They were only able to take 2 or 3 villages. That's why they wanted the ceasefire. On the ground, we are stronger.
It proved to be a costly battle for the Syrian government and its allies, who reportedly suffered heavy losses in their ranks. The ceasefire was brokered by the backers of the opposition and the government, Turkey and Russia. But it is a conditional truce that puts pressure on Turkey to create a demilitarized zone around Idlib province, free of weapons and fighters, in line with the so-called Sochi Memorandums. The mainstream rebel factions left their positions in the planned zone last year, but the strongest group, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, which many in the international community believe is still linked to Al-Qaeda, refused. It hasn't said if it will comply this time.
There's a huge challenge for both sides, for Turkey to implement the Sochi agreement, to force the radicals out of the demilitarization zone, and for Russia to stop the Assad regime, which it couldn't do before. So I personally think that there is a huge challenge, and the risk is high that there will be a new escalation, actually.
The Syrian opposition believes the government will eventually violate the ceasefire and the bombing will resume, if not in a few hours, then in a few weeks or a few months. Idlib's fate is up to Russia and Turkey. They still want to maintain close relations, and as long as their geopolitical interests are aligned, the conditions attached to the ceasefire may be overlooked. Zeina, Khodr, Al Jazeera, Gaziantep.